Okay, we're live. Our recording.
Nice.
Live to tape. Everybody's
Live
favorite.
to tape. Yeah, same
Live to tape.
same
Close
thing.
enough. Hey, Professor. How are you?
Hey, Dick. Good. How's things
How's the
going?
week? Yeah, I was just about to ask you the
Um,
same. You go first.
it was busy. I couldn't really tell you what I did. I just know I was busy. I didn't
Ditto.
I didn't edit like any shows or anything like that. So,
I totally get that.
yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I, I'm normal busy. Like, pandemic busy? That's gone by the wayside. I'm like normal busy. And my car's back in the shop. So, out of the shop, in the
Oh,
shop, out of the shop, in the shop.
yeah.
Apparently, that my blower motor uh,
Mhm.
has taken my battery out, and they put in a
That
new relay, and I took it home and I turned it off, turned it back on the next day, and it was broken again. And I took it to them, and they said, "Oh, that relay went bad again." Luckily, I had
that's
paid money for it, so it's still under warranty.
yeah.
And I go to a really good mechanic, like I should say, a very honest mechanic. So
Yeah.
they fixed the part under warranty.
Cool.
But now
Yep.
they're telling me it's a battery. So I'm like, ugh. And I'm
Oh,
trying to get
that
rid of that
sucks.
car. That's even the worst part.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh,
Yeah,
I
you
just
you
want this
need
car
a
gone.
you need to get a flex like me.
Don't start.
Yeah.
Just don't. Just don't.
It's so awesome. It's the best car I've ever had.
You're
And
awful. You're trying to make my world horrible.
well, it is so awesome. Like, even
I
if it's a
believe it.
2014 like mine, like I just
Yep.
press a button and the lift gate goes up and my kids are like, "What is going on?" Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so
I
awesome.
get that. And the kids
It
must be
is.
freaking. I would be.
Oh yeah, I updated the whole computer system, so now we have apps on it and it's connected to the internet and yeah, it's really cool.
That's insane, dude. That's totally and
Uh-huh.
completely
A-
insane.
And then I have like a Mike Myers, like Halloween, not like Austin Powers Mike Myers
Right,
sticker
right.
on the back with like a
Oh
knife.
man.
So I get all these weird looks. Like I'm driving down the street and people are like,
In the cool mom's car
"Uh,
with Mike
yeah,
Myers and a knife.
yes, yes. So when I
Classic.
look at them, they're like, no, no, no. And I'm gonna drive looking forward.
Yep,
They're like,
I
God, this
get
guy's
that.
scary. Yeah,
Yeah, it's one of those. Do, 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 do.
yeah,
What?
yes. That's what I get because they don't expect me. And
No,
yeah,
no. And the thing
yep.
is, let's be honest. Like, I'm sure that there are times when you're driving around in TikTok makeup by accident or semi on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, you get all made up and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I gotta go to the store real quick. You got like
Well,
dripping
remember
blood.
Rex does that. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
She goes to Walmart and they're just like, "Oh, it's you. We're good."
Right,
Yeah.
right. I'm sure the first time
Mhm.
it wasn't like that. I'm sure it wasn't like,
No.
hey, how are you?
Yeah.
Anyway, I was
Oh my
trying to
gosh.
start with my first topic. Okay, I'll just tell you what it is.
Well,
So
you want
I
to you want
told
to
you
do the
before.
intro to the show
No, 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 no.
or
This is a
topic?
pre-show. This is a pre-show.
Pre-show?
This
Okay.
is
All right.
well, you know what? We already did the pre-show. I should probably press the buttons. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'll get to the story in a second. As everybody knows, I don't know how to press buttons. Time to go.
Hold on to your butts, you're in for an experience like no other. You are about to partake in the most bodacious experience ever, the Tick and Professor Show.
Show.
It's still
I love
good.
that.
Yeah.
It is. It always is. Always is.
Yep.
So, I told you that I got rid of Stadia, which is Google's cloud game platform.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's mostly me. I'll be honest. I suck at games now because I'm old. But I didn't like it either. It just wasn't that much fun. I for whatever reason, I thought it would be better. And
Yep.
the games were okay. Again, I've already talked about this. The controller itself, I'm using this controller to play games, and that took me a bit to get
Yeah.
used to with all the crazy buttons and stuff. But some of the games, I'm just like, is this my childhood repeated? This is impossible. And I just wanted a Counter-Strike type game. If they had one, I
Yeah.
probably would have kept it. But I was playing one
Any
of them.
Call of Duties.
That might work for
Call
me.
of Duty for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And funny enough, I don't know where it is. I was going through a box the other day, and I found my original Half-Life disc, like from
Nice.
10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, I want to use the code, but I have a feeling they're going to be like, this code's been used already. And I'm like, yeah, by me.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let me.
They're gonna be like, you got one of the first like 200 copies. You win
Exactly.
this.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because I'm not going to tell that story. You know how you get to a point in a story, you're like, uh-oh, not telling that story.
Yep.
So I'll tell this part. I used to work for a .com that went .bust, gone.
Okay.
And for anybody out there, if you're working for a company that goes bankrupt, everything's gone. Like your 401k's gone.
Yep.
Everything's gone. Bankruptcy's different than regular, like you got fired. So if you think your company's going bankrupt, run for the hills. So
get out now.
Yeah, exactly. So I tried Stadia, and then I was like, let me try one of the other ones. And I'm a Prime member, been forever. In fact, I was one of the first Prime members. I used to tell people, I have Amazon Prime. And they go, what's that stupid nonsense? Like, I've never heard of this. And I was like, it's free shipping. And they're like, why would you need free shipping? And I'm like, because almost everything I send, I buy tons of stuff. Now, do you have Amazon Prime, by the way?
Yes.
Amazon Prime these days is crazy. Like, we should do like a feature set one year. Because there's just so much stuff. I knew about 4 or 5 things. And that was about it. And then one day I read an article.
The music.
Yeah, go ahead.
Music for me, like I don't even pay for that service. I just get like their free stuff with the Prime, and that's all what I need. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. And then you have Prime Video, which almost everybody knows about. But anyway, we'll talk about that another time. But the reason I bring it up is Luna. So this is their newest. It's not Amazon Prime specific, but only Amazon Prime members can go right now.
Is it Microsoft? Like the same thing as Xbox? Really? Because that looks like all Xbox. Yeah.
Well, what it is...
with the Game Pass, all those games are available.
They might have just made a deal with Xbox, and now it's all on Amazon.
And I could tell you what games to play, too, from this, too, because I played them all.
Well, I just got accepted for early access. See how it says request early access?
Yes.
So they said yes today. They were like, you have 7 days to decide. If you say no, probably never asking you again.
Cool.
So I was like, yes. I have 7 days for a trial now. So in 7 days, I can determine, do I want to do it or not?
Sweet. I'll tell you what games to play. Control.
Perfect. Control.
Because I can see it right there.
Yeah, I see that one.
And then Plague. You're
my name.
It's
yeah.
It's the one that has a girl's face and a little boy's face. It's kind of blurred out, like on the third row on the left or right, however you're looking
right
at it.
over here, right there. Oh, can you see? Oh, you can't see my mouse. Never mind. I apologize. No.
But that's it. It's a game where you're in like the 1600s and there's a plague going on, and you're a little girl saving her brother because everybody wants to kill you because the plague. Yeah, it's awesome. And it is one of those things where halfway through, if you're not crying, then you miss the whole concept of the game. Yeah, you're just done. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. But it's a lot like Half-Life, where you have to figure out what's going on in the room. Like when you because there's there's rats that come and they bring the plague, but rats are afraid of light. So you have to be able to walk across the room and make sure that there's light in every step that you take. It's really cool.
That sounds cool.
It's fun.
So
it's really
my
fun.
iPad is glitching as it does every week. So I'm going to reset. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Whoop. Stupid iPad. So I would
It
say
happens.
just fill the time with random talking because I can't hear you.
Random
And
talking.
yes, in the
All right.
future, that's air quotes, everybody.
Uh-huh.
I will need to get a better monitoring system that's more real time. I went with this monitoring system because it was easy and quick. Like
Thought I was
rat
supposed to
on a
talk.
stick. I don't even know where that line comes from. I just know I use it all the time.
I don't know.
Easy
But
and
he
quick,
told me to
like
fill the
rat
time, and
on a stick.
he's talking the whole freaking time. I'm not.
Oh my gosh.
And
I
oh
can't
my
believe the
gosh, he
music I
died.
just used.
Yeah,
Yikes.
he's dead.
And that's not even
Oh
on
my
our list
gosh.
today.
No,
I'm sure
it's
you
not.
know this story.
Uh-huh.
And no, I can't
Yeah.
hear you. So if you're like, yeah, I know this
No.
story, Tick.
No, but I know who should
I
replace Alex
can't hear.
Trebek. Yeah.
Uh,
No, you cannot hear
and
me.
we didn't put
So
any
I
of
can
that. There was another.
not
Okay,
tell
give
you
me a
that
second.
Led
So hopefully this iPad will come back up. And
Yep, Led Zeppelin is the best
yeah,
cover
I
band.
see you, little Apple, with a bite out of you.
Oh, someone got hungry.
Apple Music.
Yep.
Sued by
Apple
Beatles.
Music. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that story is ancient, by the way. Apple Music being
It is,
sued
yes.
by the Beatles. Finally, coming back up and running.
Yeah. Nice. Awesome.
That took forever. I
didn't
really
take
need
that
to
long.
get this set up correctly.
You're good.
Back, finally,
Cool.
hours later.
So, Alex Trebek passed away.
Yes, at the age of 80.
Yes. I have 2 people that should replace him. If you have anybody in mind, we can play this game.
I like this game.
You want me to go
like it.
first?
Yes.
I'll do one of
definitely.
them.
Okay, go ahead.
Morgan Freeman.
Too old. Love Morgan Freeman. He'd want nothing to do with it, though. It's a great idea.
It doesn't matter. I mean, even if he does it for like one season or like a fill-in host until they find it.
I love your theory. Doesn't matter. We're forcing him.
Doesn't matter.
Welcome to Communist America, where we decide who's going to be on TV.
Because my
hilarious.
second one is
wait.
really old too.
Let me guess one.
Yeah, you got
I was
it.
going to say Wayne Brady. Although he's already on, The Price is Right? Or something like that?
No, he's on some TV show. But yes, I'm right there
some
with
game
you.
show,
He would
to
be
exact.
awesome. Yeah.
So what's your second guest? Or second,
William
not
Shatner.
guess, but oh my gosh. You know how long Jeopardy would take? It'd be like 7 hours. The question is...
It would be so awesome.
One show would last a week. Tomorrow, hopefully we'll get to the second round.
You
Maybe
did not form that in a question.
So true. So incredibly true.
I got it. It would be really creepy, but Will Ferrell doing like the whole Jeopardy thing. Will Ferrell.
You mean
doing
as Alex Trebek? Like he's doing like a mockumentary kind of thing?
In character.
Okay, I get it.
Until they find a host.
Until they get a host. What are they trying to trick old people? Wow, yes. Alex has changed.
Right.
He's so much taller.
It would be so awesome.
I could only see the letters. I could only see the letters. Alex doesn't look very well.
No.
And he sounds quite weird. It's Alan Trebek, Alex's brother. We're laughing about death for the 15th week in a row. And we haven't even done 15 weeks. Oh, no. That's so funny.
But oh my gosh.
Oh, that's so bad. So I'm wearing
Luna.
my... Yes.
Luna, you're
Luna.
Gonna play.
We're done with Luna.
Okay.
We're at.
And then
Luna,
you're
done.
just shooting in a raw.
Yes. So on my ceiling is a Jared Polin print. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because we're just about to jump to a YouTube video. Because this is you and me. We need this. Bad. Like bad.
Okay, let's see.
This is the Vyzen Desktop Live Set Kit. In short,
look at that nonsense. Look at it.
That's perfect.
An entire video set onto a single desk. It comes.
This is one of my favorite YouTube creators, by the way.
Microphone mount and a ton of other accessories for mounting.
Now, what's hilarious he built this by himself. Like, no. Let me explain. He has another video where he made basically the same thing, and somebody decided to come out with it as a product. It's like exactly what we need. And that's why I was like,
Yeah.
I got to show this to you. How much do you think it cost? Oh, never mind. Reading.
I can't
read the screen,
see
you're good.
it.
If you can't read it, great. Woohoo. This guessing game can go on for at least a minute.
I was going to say 150 to 200.
I was going to say that is an excellent guess. $130. And
it's not bad.
I think you get...
And the best thing about this insane contraption is the
Yes.
price. I bought this thing for $130. And in this video, we're going to see what this kit can do. And then we'll also add some accessories to improve it. And we'll throw in a lighting tutorial while we're at it. Building this desk rig.
I love Caleb.
That's awesome.
His name's Caleb. And this is the names of his channel. I always get them wrong. DSLR video shooter.
Oh, cool.
Which is funny because I don't even think he uses DSLR anymore.
Was surprised.
The only thing I would do,
I was really impressed with the build quality.
Is where he has the camera mounted. I would put an actual like monitor there, like a second monitor.
Super strong center.
The other thing that I would do, I would put my camera in the middle.
In the middle, yep.
Of the ring light, because that's what I have right now. I got my 999 ring light, and I got my camera, my Raspberry Pi, HQ, dead center. But yeah.
There are four
I saw this thing
included.
and I
One of
might
the
just...
arms has an
that is fantastic, yeah.
Or VESA mount compatible monitor. The next two arms
and there you go, you can put a monitor on it.
For mounting a camera, light, or really anything you need. Finally, there's an attachment point for the microphone arm, which is also included. All of the arms have
microphone arm comes with it. That's pretty awesome.
Sweet.
That's pretty
there
cool.
There are also a ton of other accessories like a phone and tablet holder, 2 mini ball heads, cable management clips and straps.
Those ball heads,
post for raising your camera or light. Now let's sit down and see what this desk rig can do and how we can improve it with a few accessories.
No, we're not going to be sitting down. But I highly recommend that people check that video out.
That is cool.
I saw that and I was like, I have to throw it on the show.
Yeah.
Even if it's just to tell you. But
yeah, I get it.
Well, I like your setup, to be quite honest. I'm not a fan of standing, but that's the easiest way for me to get the show up and running because I have my TikTok set up and I just stand here. But I have to stand for 3 hours, which isn't bad. Anybody that's been a waiter or waitress, 3 hours is no problem.
Cool.
$130 comes with the
microphone
that's not bad
stand. At all. That was great.
And you have a ring light, right?
Oh yeah,
I thought so.
I think I want. I don't know. It's big.
Yeah. You see, I have these too. The tiny clip on your phone kind. And then I have this slightly larger one, and then I have the big one, and that thing is blinding. Totally
I got blinding. This guy. This guy is big.
Yes, that's what I have. I have the same one or similar because
they're all
yeah. It's like 12. It's like a pizza size, like 12, 14-inch pizza.
But mine's like a large to extra large, pizza.
Yeah, exactly.
Why don't they just measure things in pizzas? That would be so much easier if it was round. Just like small pizza, large pizza, personal pan for really small. Like
the only problem.
No, everybody would know. They would be like,
exactly.
Oh, I get it. Yes.
Now, do you know what the problem is? The Starbucks naming. Some pizza company come out with the El Grande.
Yeah.
Around here, we actually have a pizza
ring light. Like you have to mount that on the wall. Like you can't have a stand for the El Grande. No. And everybody in Simi Valley would use it. So.
Oh yeah. Now, funny enough, down the street, I think it's called the El Gigantor. It's like a pizza for a party, and I wanted one for no apparent reason, and it wasn't that expensive. They're like $15 or $20, and that's like a meat lovers pizza over at Pizza Hut. Not sponsored.
Yeah.
So we ordered it. The guy shows up, and they have two people to deliver this, right? So they hop out of the car and they look around. They're like, where are all the people? They go to our neighbor's house who happen to have like 3 or 4 people outside. And when they're like, hey, we have your pizza. And they're like, we didn't order a pizza. And so I'm like, I wonder where our pizza is. And I heard a knock on our back door. It's like, why? Yeah. Nobody comes to our back door. So I ran to the front door, walked outside. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And the guy's like, did you order a pizza? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, it's here. Where's your party? I'm like, party? It's for me.
Yeah.
No, it was for the three people, but it serves like 15. And we ate pizza all week. And luckily it was okay. I bet. It was better than school pizza, but not as good as high-end pizza. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. Yeah, if the pizza's too big, it just loses some of the... And I like crust, so if I don't get a bite with crust, I'm upset.
Oh, you would have been totally out of luck. I mean, it had a lot of crust around the edge.
Right.
But there must have been 15, 20 pieces in the center. That would have been just
no
crust.
They cut it into like squares?
It's a square pizza. It's a double... So take a pizza box.
Yep.
Like a large pizza box. Extra large pizza box.
Yep.
Double it.
Like one of those like triangle pizzas at like Pizza Hut or Little Caesars. Or not triangle, rectangle.
Yes. Yes. So it's a rectangle
triangle.
Pizza.
Yeah, let's
triangle.
make
Well, at first I was like,
I was
like, where is this triangle pizza?
Yeah,
I want
do it. Yes. That would be awesome though.
It would be. It totally would be.
I would eat it. Yeah.
It's got way more crust.
It's just 2 slices. That's it.
Flipped. Yep.
Yeah. That's it.
Too funny. But no, it arrived and they were totally confused. They were like, this is wrong. We're not even supposed to give it to you now.
You know what you should have said?
What?
This is my cheat day. All the other days I'm dieting.
I thought of something that would have worked too. I should have come out with a badge that was like professional eater. Like, I'm training. I got like a competition next week. I'm going to be doing hot dogs. But I figured pizza would be good. Speaking of which, have you ever watched those competitions? Like the Nathan's hot dog eating?
Uh-huh.
I get the...
So I can watch them until you see the camera turn away and you see the guy throwing up. Like, that's when I like...
No doubt.
No. Yeah.
Well, my favorite is the style. Like, okay, originally, I'm sure 20, 30 years ago, whenever it started, people would eat the hot dog like you and I eat hot dogs, like with the bun and...
Right.
And at some point, somebody came along and started cheating the system and just eating the hot dog. Like they eat the hot dog first, and then they eat the roll second. And then...
Do you like it when they dip it in the water? And
that's
then
what I was about to say. That's exactly what they do now. They eat the hot dog, then they dip it in water. And eat that. No, I don't like that at all.
No. No.
Ugh. Oof.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get to one of the stories. If I can figure out what order I put these stupid tabs in. Here we go.
It's okay. I pretty much packed it out. Like I have lots of crap.
Yeah. Let's go with
lots.
Trying to get to the... There we go.
Got All right. What's the name of this one? Oh.
New. This is a fact check. New CDC study showing majority of people infected with coronavirus wore masks. Only demonstrates yet again that the tests aren't reliable. To be quite honest, wait for it. Wait, let me get to the site that this is from. Stupid news. I don't buy into this at all. At all. At all. At all. I saw you put this on there, and first, to be quite honest, the page annoyed me right away. I clicked on it. I think there were 3 or 4 pop-ups immediately. Yeah. Like pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up. I'm like, what's going on? Then I read the headline first, and I'm like, this is stupid. Funny enough, stupid news.
Stupid news. I think there's a couple other ones. Yeah, but
there is.
I mean,
there is. But this one What's your theory on
Here's
this? True, false?
Here's my thoughts.
Yes.
They say that you could get the coronavirus if you touch something and rub your eye.
Yes.
If you have it on your hands, you don't wash it, and you eat.
Yes.
So just wear a mask, and then the hygiene. Come on, like, be smart. Like,
I agree.
Like,
I agree.
I think
people have gone
it's just
insane.
the people who aren't smart. They're like, I'm wearing a mask, but I'm still talking on my phone, and then I'm touching everything, and then my phone, and you just got corona.
Don't get handsy. No more handsy.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
I mean, it was bad when people were handsy with other people. Don't be handsy with stuff now. Like, don't be a handsy window shopper. Like when you go to the store and somebody's like, "Oh, I don't like this one. Oh, I don't like this one either." Don't touch it. You want to buy it? Touch it.
My gosh. So ex-wife is the one that has to not get the first item. She has to get like the second or third item on the shelf, like behind.
Yes. No, I understand. I used to work in a grocery store, and you watch people sometimes, and you're like, what am I missing?
That's just how she shops. She just always does
it.
Yeah.
No, I get it. It reminds me from Clerks when they had the egg guy who sits in the, okay, if you haven't seen the movie, Kevin Smith movie, Clerks, he works in a mini mart. Actually, it's...
Do we have to, like, say spoiler if it's over, like, let's say 5 years old?
No.
Like, is that the cutoff time?
That's official.
Okay, 5. Okay.
From now on, TP show, 5 years plus.
5 years old.
No more spoiler alert.
You heard it here first. If you haven't seen
it, your fault.
Yep.
So, he's working at the Quick Stop. Is that the name of it?
Something like that, yeah. Quickie Mart.
Anyway.
Something like that.
No, Quickie Mart. That's Simpsons. I do know that one.
You're right, yeah.
Because I was about to say Quickie Mart, and then I'm like, why do I know that one? Oh, right. Simpsons. So, anyway, in the one scene, there's a guy sitting on the ground, which actually, have you ever seen Comic Book Men? The TV show? Yes.
Yes.
He is the guy that runs the comic book store. He's actually sitting on the ground, and he plays like 5 miscellaneous characters in the movie. But he's sitting on the ground, looking at each egg, and creating the perfect dozen. Like, oh my gosh, that would drive me insane.
Right.
I do check my eggs, though, to make sure none of them are
float
cracked. No. Okay, yes, at home. No, at the store.
Okay. Someone now is going,
tell people what you're talking about with floating eggs. I know. I know what you're talking about. We just did it like a week ago. We had to throw about 8. So,
if you get a cup of water and you put an egg in it, it's not supposed to float.
No. If the egg floats,
if it floats, it's
toss
bad.
it.
Yeah.
Do you know the other?
You don't want.
Do you know the other trick to find out if it's hard boiled or not?
No.
Spin it. If you can spin it, it's hard boiled. If you spin it and it falls, then it's not hard boiled. Because basically you have an off center.
The weight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. And I know that from contact juggling. Every once in a while, some wise guy will give you a ball with a center float, another one that floats inside, and it's impossible. It's funny because the Flying Karamazov brothers used to have a part of their act. Talk about dating myself because I don't know anybody that knows who they are. The Flying Karamazov brothers are a famous juggling troupe, our brothers act. I don't know what it would be called. But one of their tricks was we will juggle any 3 items that people give us. Any 3 items. So they get people bringing stuff and giving it to them on stage.
Yeah.
Now, the rule, though, was they could modify it any way they wanted. So, like, if you handed them a sword, they could tape the sword. You handed them an axe, you could do the same.
Yeah.
So, the thing that got them, though, was somebody handed them a round ball that had a floating center. So hard to juggle. Because, like, it goes like that. It doesn't have a normal trajectory. And since we were talking about eggs, we are going to jump
Oh
to
my
this
gosh.
story next.
We have at least 2 with eggs in here.
Oh, really? I only have 1 so far. So let me get this up and running.
Is this the one called Egghead? Or is this the Ramsey?
No. This is most raw. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
I'll pull it up.
But we have
a couple of egg stories today. Eggs are on.
Yeah.
Here it is.
I don't know why.
I don't either. They're popular. Most raw eggs caught in mouth.
Oh. Thank you, Jonathan. Hey, folks. David Rush here with Jonathan Hollywood Hannon. You know that the practical joke?
No, I'm not listening to you talk.
Oh, no, don't
Yeah. Talk.
3, 2,
Here we go.
1, go.
1, 2. Oh, I see what they mean. When I read it, I thought he was going to have to hold them in his mouth somehow. Miraculously. No. This is crazy, by the way. I think we could do this. I really do. I don't think it's as complicated as they're making it seem. I do agree that we would probably I would get messy, because I'm telling you, because I'd be that guy. I'm the juggler guy. Well, so you'd make me the egg catcher.
Honestly, I think it all has to do with the guy that's throwing it, and he's throwing it so it's not like sideways in the mouth. He's actually throwing it where it's there's blood. There's blood on that egg.
See, I thought that was a cracked egg.
His mouth.
Now, okay, it's funny that you should say that, because as a juggler, people are always like, "Oh, you're good at catching the ball." But the reality is, if you have a bad throw, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to catch it. The more important thing, as you said, was the throw.
Yeah.
So, now...
Who knew that this was the most dangerous record we've ever done?
Yeah, he capped his mouth and stuff. So if it has a crack, it doesn't count, right?
There you go.
Right.
They got some pretty tough eggs.
We're gonna eat the rest.
I gotta say that. They must have gone to a special spot. Oh, I can't handle it again. I could barely handle it the first time.
We're good.
I'm
okay.
Sure
for podcast people.
Say again?
Because I forgot about you guys, podcast people.
Oh, yeah.
It is for a Guinness World Record, and this guy is trying to catch raw eggs in the shell.
In his mouth. Yes.
Full, complete, straight from the grocery store in the mouth. One guy throwing, one guy catching.
And he has to catch them without breaking them. So if they get caught and they get crushed, doesn't count.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, the thing that's interesting about that is what you said. You're not a juggler that I know of. You don't juggle, do you?
No, not at all. No.
And that's why I find it funny, because you're like, it's the guy throwing it. It's not the guy catching it. It's the throw.
Yeah.
And it's funny because any juggler will tell you the same thing. It doesn't matter. If you throw it correctly, I can catch it no problem. And I invariably get the 7-year-old kid whenever you do that. Like you're like, hey, throw it to me.
Yeah.
And what do they do? Any guesses? You're like, throw it nice and light to me. And what does the 7-year-old do?
They throw it as hard as they can, or they throw it way above your head, or
Normally, they try to pelt you right in the throat for whatever reason. Like, and they don't even know how to play baseball. They're just like, right in the throat. And it hurts a lot.
Wow.
A lot.
Yeah.
Wow,
that
was
play
a crazy
for the Dodgers.
Story. Yep, Dodgers won.
Fernando Valenzuela.
Oh, I remember that. Back in the day
My
when I was
favorite
a kid.
pitcher.
Well, I understand why. So this next story, it was wow. Okay, we'll get to TikTok in a minute. I swear.
No, we still got a couple more.
Oh, I know. It's just my computer wants to jump there. So here we go. Gonna press the button. Here's the next story.
Oh my gosh. I thought you would dig this because you're always talking about arthritis and then your mom's hands and
Well, there's a famous
It's okay.
guitarist.
He's Sweden. Yeah.
That killed himself when he couldn't play anymore. And I forget who it is, but he literally committed suicide. Like, he was like, I can't play guitar anymore. Dead the next week. By his own hand.
So what we're watching, podcast people, is
These
this.
podcast people. Come to YouTube.
Oh, I think we've
we've
seen enough, and it's a different language, but it's
What language is
robotic
that?
hands.
Yes.
I don't know, robotic hands made from a 3D printer, and this guy had like arthritis, and I think one of his pinky fingers is gone, and he's able to play the piano perfect.
Yes, he
because
was
of
a
it.
pianist
It's awesome.
before this, though. Let's be honest.
Well, yes, 100%. Yeah, he's not like,
That'd be
"Ooh, I
hilarious.
got these robotic hands. Look,
Now I can
I'm
play
just
piano.
playing."
I never could
Yeah.
before.
Nope.
That would be hilarious. But no, he was
It just
a
does it
professional
for you.
pianist,
Yeah.
and he got old. He's 80. Like, your hands don't work
Yes.
the same when you're 80, kids.
Right.
And that's why I recommend spin every day. And his hands just weren't the same. And they said when he would play the keys, the bionic hand would spring his fingers back. And I was like,
Yep.
wow, that's amazing.
It's really cool. Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Can I make this big? Give me a sec. Oop, stop.
I hope
stop.
so. Ooh, are we
Yeah.
going to the next story?
We should. Trying to keep it going. We got so many things
Yeah.
today. So many things. Okay, so maybe I can't make this big. So let's just I'm gonna hit refresh and throw it up. There we go.
Oh. Yeah.
So people on the podcast, we're watching table tennis with nunchucks. Did you know this was a Bruce Lee trick? He used to do the same trick.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Bruce
That's
Lee,
awesome.
Yep, Bruce Lee used to do the same trick. This guy is amazing. Although I have to admit, the way they're cropped the shot, they don't show whether he actually got it to the other side or not. Do you notice that?
This is true.
I keep seeing him hit the ball, but then it just bounces in a different direction.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
This has me
Yeah, that's
curious. That was amazing, by the way.
Yep.
But I need to look up Bruce Lee ping pong.
Do it.
Because I know he
Yes.
did something like that. I could have sworn. Yes. I knew
Cool.
my memory wasn't as bad as I thought it was. YouTube, full version. Here we go. Okay. That guy was good. I'll be honest. But this
He
next
wasn't
one you're
Bruce
gonna
Lee
see
good.
is this is Bruce Lee.
Oh
I like
my
how somebody
gosh.
walks in the shot.
Yeah.
So for everybody at home,
Oh my
this is Bruce
God.
Lee kicking the crap out of somebody at ping pong with nunchucks. And I mean, this is a real professional player, and he kicks the crap out of him.
You know what I wish they would have done in the Forrest Gump movie?
Yes,
Put him in with Bruce Lee.
that would have been amazing.
Like, oh my gosh, that would have been so awesome.
So the guy we just watched, it was impressive. But I had seen this Bruce Lee before, and I was like,
Yeah, no, this
you ain't no Bruce Lee. And now they're
No.
now it's 2-on-1.
2 versus 1.
Yes. I'm just laughing
and
because Bruce
Bruce
Lee is
Lee-
Bruce Lee.
Isn't just hitting the ball, he's doing tricks in between hitting the ball.
yeah.
He's not even
Oh, yeah,
looking
he-
at the ball.
Nah, I'm Bruce Lee. I don't need to see it.
Oh my gosh, Bruce Lee is amazing. Wow, that's a cool phone.
Of course.
No, actually, that's a really
Yeah.
old phone, Nokia
It is.
Lee.
It is. Well, this video itself is probably like 10, 15.
Five,
Well, the
10,
Bruce Lee
15.
video itself is from the 60s, I think.
Well, yeah,
Let
yeah.
me see if it says. Say what you want about Bruce Lee. Yeah, Bruce Lee was the bomb, dude. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I've
100%.
always been a huge fan. I mean, I like Jackie Chan. A lot. But
I
Bruce
think
Lee,
the closest
I love.
person to Bruce Lee in like this decade was Jet Li.
It's so funny. When you said that, what popped in my head was Bruce Lie, L-I, or Bruce L-E-A, or Bruce L-E-I. Were they better? So many impersonators.
Oh my
So many.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Jet Li.
Jet Li,
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the monkey one? What's the name of it? Monkey King? Yeah.
Yes.
He was amazing in that.
Yeah, everything from like 1 to God, he did one where he was like a slave to someone. He would just fight. I forget what that's called, but it was really good.
I think I've seen that one actually. His job basically it was like
Unhinged
the guy
or
would be
something
like
that. I don't know.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Go kill that guy." Okay.
Yes, and he would just
go do it.
He's like,
"All right." That was
it.
Yeah. This next story is old. I mean, when I saw the date, I thought you were trying to punk me. I really did.
Oh,
I was like,
is this the murder hornet one?
Yes.
As if COVID-19 weren't enough to worry about, there is now a murderous hornet from Asia here. It is
murder
gigantic,
hornet.
Has the potential to be able to decimate the honeybee population here, and
I haven't heard anything about them since
Jim
this
Murray spoke to
news
a couple
story,
guys who found
like
that
8
out
months ago.
firsthand.
What's it like to be stung by a giant murder hornet?
Oh, Coyote
No.
Peterson.
No.
Oh.
No.
So Coyote Peterson, if you look up Brave Wilderness, I've been a fan of this dude since he started. And
expert Coyote
he just has like this thing where he gets stung by all these.
Sideways.
So he's an idiot. Pretty much.
Yeah.
It will put
He's
you
like
in momentous amounts of pain for close to 6.
He's the jackass of the insect community. That's what 100%. I would say. Because that's just dumb.
He also does
purpose.
this thing where he has like he wants to do like a pain index, and he wants to do it for science
he
and
wants
makes
to know,
like
I get it.
Like
the
what is the
hornet
most
is way worse
yes.
than the other ones. I get it.
Oh my gosh! So yeah, murder hornet actually is like 4 inches long. If that thing came near me, I would be like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna
die!"
Huge.
Like it is ginormous.
Like I just can't do it. Like,
I agree. I absolutely, positively agree. I am on the same exact page.
So my son watches him in his school, and he's in like 3rd grade, and it's.
Please don't tell me he tries this stuff at home. Like, Dad, is
my
there a
son
wasp
doesn't
nest?
know, but that's.
I need to get stung.
Because he doesn't just do that, but he goes.
Right.
He goes to places, and he talks about animals and stuff, and he travels to schools, and he'll show. Like animals and everything, and it's really cool, but he's dumb where it's just like he'll walk up to like someplace in like the rainforest and he'll be like, I've never seen this creature before. It has stingers. I wonder what it feels like to be stung. Like let's just there's water here. There's this thing in this water that will like bite your toes.
Yeah, this
like,
reminds me of that
barefoot.
Amazon story from about 3 weeks ago, where the guy got killed by the indigenous people, didn't like any outsiders. You should have known. This guy's going to die, like, period. Or he's going to become superhuman, and we're going to take his blood, and we're going to make serum out of it, and nobody will ever have a problem with anything. Like
my mind went, he's going to go into some, like, remote spot in the Congo, get stung by something. He's the first freaking zombie, and it starts everything.
Well, technically, that was more of a Resident Evil situation, but I agree with you 110%. He's going to come back to life and bite somebody, and then it'll start.
Oh, it's going to be bad.
I agree. Okay, next story. This one. Another Hollywood celebrity, Jeff Daniels, declares war on Trump supporters. Says there's needs to be more hate. Again, stupid news story. So you're going to have to tell me about this one, because I just read the headline. Too long. Didn't read. TLDR.
I read the first paragraph and I went, we'll talk about it, but I don't want to read anymore.
I love that answer. I wasted my time. Enough.
Yeah, because immediately I threw it up there because I'm like, I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. Yeah. Like, we're all people getting along. You vote. You have that freedom to vote for who you want.
Vote for whoever you want.
So why get mad at people? Like, you're allowed to vote. You could have wrote in Mickey Mouse. I don't care. You have that right.
It's true. It's true. I feel like I'm off center today. I don't like it. No, I agree completely. 100,000 million %. We're Americans. You can vote for who you want. I vote for who I want. Whoever wins, wins. Yeah. We all have to deal with it. You know what I mean? Yes. I had to deal with Trump for 4 years. Not a huge fan. Just saying.
That's fine.
Anybody that encourages me to drink bleach, not high on my list. Not high on my list. Or anyone that spitballs on national television when everybody's watching you for the best answer, and you tell me shine infrared light inside your body, which don't do that. Just so you know, not a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Drink some bleach, sign some. Yeah. No. Don't spitball on national TV. That's all I'm saying. That's what whiteboards are for.
Right.
But no,
so what pissed me off about this was it's another freaking celebrity telling us what to do. Like celebrities.
Well,
stop.
Trump technically was a celebrity as well. So Trump told us what to do for a long time.
But like Melissa Milano, I'm like, I don't give a shit about what you have to say and how you live your life. You're in a mansion with security guards.
No, I understand. I'm a Milano fan.
You're not.
I liked what she was trying to do, but I get what you're saying. Like 100%.
Like any celebrity that is remotely even like a C actor, you have a different life than the working class people.
You do.
You don't see.
I think we brought this up last week.
Yeah.
There was a lot of backlash against influencers for having these parties.
Yes.
And Kim K Kendra, one of the Jenner kids, I forget which one it was. One of the Jenner girls had a party and all the influencers came. It was like 150 people or 100 people. And they were like, well, we were safe. We all took tests ahead of time and blah, blah, blah. You and I couldn't have a party with 3 people because we couldn't get 3 tests immediately.
Right.
You know what I mean? They have a physician on staff who runs these tests through some $1 million machine that we don't have access to. Yeah, we're not there yet. Not yet.
No, it's a different life. And when they walk down the street, they don't even see like the homeless person. They just walk right by them. They're just like, what? There's homeless people here?
Homeless people?
Like,
what are those?
What?
No, I get it. Especially here in Cali. We were driving on 710 the other day. For people that don't know California, 710 comes out of Long Beach, and I think it goes all the way up to Pasadena. And
something like that,
it's only a 4-lane road. So for California, it's tiny. And on the side is I want to call it the aqueduct, but that's not it. The LA River.
Yep.
The LA River.
LA River.
And all along the river, it's like Tent City. We must have seen 50 homeless encampments.
Can we explain to people like how big the LA River is in some parts?
Yes. Okay, so 2 things. First of all, the easiest way to explain the LA River is rain runoff. That's the only reason it was created.
What rain
That's
runoff?
It. That's it.
What? There's
No. For the one time a year it rains because none of the ground can soak the water in.
Oh,
so what used to happen was it would just sit there and like rise and rise and rise and rise. So they built the LA River, and it is, I don't want to say a football field across, but it's
big,
pretty close. You've seen it. Watch Terminator.
Oh,
any Terminator.
Yeah,
they put them in all of them.
Jackass. If you've ever seen the TV show Jackass, Johnny Knoxville's like, let's go jump the LA River. And literally it's like
not
4
a good idea.
feet and it's a little stream.
Well, no. That's 80 to 95% of the time. So you can walk.
Yes.
No problem. Right across.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem.
And
a couple of things.
The funny thing about that one.
Yes, exactly. A couple of things though. A lot of raw sewage, a lot of waste, a lot of disgusting.
Yep.
Like if you don't get tetanus and hepatitis, you got lucky.
Yeah.
Like real lucky. It's gross.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
gross.
When it rains, see, this is the part. People are like, I can walk across, no problem. But when it rains, it turns into 8 to 12 feet of like 20 knots or 20 miles an hour water. I mean, it is just shooting out of there. And idiots think it's just like it was the day before. Jump the LA River, like the Jackass guys did. So they try to walk, and then all of a sudden the water catches them and takes them, and you're lucky to survive. Like really, really lucky if you survive.
No, every time it does that, they always show people like someone fell in, and you're like, what an idiot. Or like the people that are trying to like capture their cat fell in, and they're like, oh, and you see 20 people trying to save the one person that went after the cat. You're like, sorry.
No, it's so true. Well, it's funny because I don't know why it popped in my head, but one of the guys I used to work with, not going to use names, but you could look up the story. This is an actual story. I went to work one day, and I hadn't seen him for a while. I'm an independent contractor, so that's not a big deal. You don't see guys every single time. It's not like a day job. Like, hey, Mabel. Hey, Phil. You don't see the same person every day. So that wasn't a big deal. But I hadn't seen him for a while, right? Finally, I saw him, and I was like, hey, man, I haven't seen you for a while. He goes, yeah, a flying car hit me. And I was like, okay, I didn't hear what he said. Or I did, and I don't understand what he said. I said, did you just say a flying car hit you? He goes, yep. I just shook my head for like a minute. I'm like,
was he working on Back to the Future?
That's exactly what happened. And the reason I bring this up, it's an LA phenomenon. The way that the LA highways are, there's certain on-ramps that are sketchy.
Yep.
Like real sketchy.
They're sketchy. Like you don't do a convertible on some of those on-ramps.
And very not well lit or well signed. So apparently this guy didn't make the turn. So he thought the turn went like this, when in reality, the turn went like that.
Yes.
But he went like that and drove over the edge, flew 100 feet in the air, and landed right on my friend's car. Like on the guy's car that I work with. Boom. Landed on it. Flying car. Boom. He lived. That's all I got to say about that story. And I was like, at first, you're just like, that's BS. Until he pulls up the pictures.
I believe it. Yeah.
The video from the news. I was like, holy crap. But yeah.
Was the guy insured that hit him?
Yes, luckily.
Okay,
and
good.
That's
good.
The story gets way more interesting. And if we ever have him on the show, I will definitely have him tell you the story because it's his story to tell. And it is just hilarious now that it's over. At the time, it was no bueno.
If he didn't live, then it would be horrible. But if he lived, you joke about it every day that you see him.
And it literally landed right on his car, like right on the front.
That is fantastic.
Like, so he saw it coming. Like, it was like, whee! And there was nothing he could do at all. Like, if he had slammed his brakes on, he still would have been in an accident. If he had sped up, it probably would have landed on him. He was lucky that the timing and everything worked out.
Yeah.
And that he's not dead. Like, that was the key. So horrible. So horrible. I think we're through the news or the news stories.
We are.
So it's time to hit the button. Another button. Let me see if I can hit the right one.
Nice.
I did hit the right one.
Ooh.
It is now that time in the show where we react to your TikTok videos. If you would like us to react to your videos, please email us at tpshow@gmx.com. Oh my god, you to stop fooling around. You have reactions to do.
We have been fooling around for a while.
Well, I was just going to say this is the first show that we actually did like a whole bunch of like articles.
It's
like,
true.
We haven't done that.
It's true.
Yeah,
and also,
articles.
We're really random. I mean, like, I'll especially me. Like, you'll tell me something and it'll take me in a direction, like flying cars. It's just the way it is.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. It's awesome.
So, I have not seen any of these yet. So,
good.
TikToker of the week.
Yeah, let's just go straight down. TikToker of the week.
First? Sounds great.
Yeah.
So let me press the button.
And I like saying the names of the ones that I did. So this is TikToker of the week. Look who it is.
Holy mackerel.
for you.
I had to watch it a second time.
Yeah.
God damn it! I even wore gray sweats for you.
So good. But now I need you to explain it. I'm confused.
Maiden.
It's Shield
Okay,
Maiden,
so
everybody.
Yeah,
but explain it
it's
to me,
Maiden.
because I normally have to watch them 5 times and go,
So-
oh, I get it now. I'm slow.
Yeah, you know how like the old trend, light switch, and they're supposed to switch clothes?
Yes.
Yeah. You
Okay,
didn't
I get
switch
it now. I get it now.
Yeah.
Now, did they do the switch clothes-wise?
No.
And I just missed it?
No,
I
you
didn't
can
think
pull it
so.
up again and watch it. Yeah.
I was like, I think that's why I
she was
didn't
like,
get
"God
it.
damn it."
Because I'm used to,
Yeah.
like, so it's a guy. Okay, that was 2 girls. That was Shield Maiden, and
And
I don't know the other
I forget her
person.
name, but she's really cool. She's a mutual friend of ours too. Yeah, I know. My mind just went blank because I didn't see it. Actually,
No.
let me pull it up. and
I agree. But what
Yeah.
I was going to say is, normally that scenario goes, somebody's just like dancing and they're wearing normal clothes, and then they flip the switch, and either the person switch or all of their clothes switch, and they're basically a different person. And in the 2-person ones, they flip. So A becomes B, B becomes A. I even wore I even wore gray sweatpants.
Yep.
That was good. TikToker of the week, everybody.
Yep. Shield Maiden. Because she's awesome.
Maiden. She is awesome.
Ooh, the next one is I named it Egg Ramsey. It's Gordon Ramsay. And he has a TikTok, and he critiques everybody who cooks on TikTok.
Well, that's actually a smart idea. I mean,
It is
you're going to be busy
fantastically
all day,
smart.
every day.
Yeah.
So let me hit the button.
More egg content.
Yeah, lots of egg content.
I'm going to name this show Excellent.
Excellent.
Good. I can't wait. Let's go, big boy.
Let's go, big boy.
So this should be perfect.
That's kind of on you.
Yeah, okay, I'll take it.
One hand.
What are you doing? Well, hold on a minute.
Do not notice the shell.
No, not with the shell in there.
Small knob of butter. This is a small knob of butter.
You're wrong. You did it wrong. You're an idiot. Put the butter in
I
last.
still don't get why you can't just do it.
No, on and off the heat. Let's go.
Season your eggs.
Yeah.
I know if you do it too early, it's going to get water.
Wait,
but
it turns them grey, you donuts. Focus, will you?
you do put in salt.
Yes, just a touch.
Be consistent, Gordon. Like, what's going on?
Well, come on then. Get the thing cooked. On and off. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off.
Idiot.
Seriously?
Here it's about done. Can you...
They're not cooked enough. No, now
Oh,
you
no,
season
they're not.
it.
Oh,
Ew.
ew.
Scrambled shells with chives?
No.
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 Get your
Oh.
haircut.
Get a haircut.
We'll be making Gordon Ramsay's scrambled eggs.
No, you did not make
Oh.
Gordon Ramsay's scrambled eggs.
No.
Oh my gosh.
You made a at the restaurant. I would go, what is this? This is not what I ordered.
Please
like,
take it back. Please.
Yeah.
Oh.
And guess what? I don't want eggs anymore because of that. Yeah, I want something completely different.
So,
Yeah.
for people that are listening, you're so lucky. So lucky. I'll describe just how bad this guy was.
Oh.
He did one-handed egg cracks with shell into the pan. He put the butter in after the eggs, which I don't think that's right in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Then
they
he
would all
cooked them.
stick to the...
Yeah. Then he cooked them to milkshake consistency.
Yes.
I want
But
my
not
milkshakes
all
with milk.
milkshake. But,
Yes.
But like, you know, you can mix it up just to the point where the ice cream's still lumpy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yes.
It was bad, though. It was just bad.
really-
Bad.
Mm.
So here's an interesting question. When did you learn to cook eggs? Ooh. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Wait,
Not
you didn't
technically
stump me.
right. Wasn't really a
But-
stump you. We need something for that,
No.
though. Tick asks
Right?
Professor Crazy question. I need to figure that out. But anyway, when did
Yeah.
you learn how to cook eggs?
Probably about 5 or 6.
There you go. I was
Yeah.
4. And why did you have to learn how to cook eggs? Question mark.
Because my parents said, feed your damn self.
Bang!
So I did.
Same with me. My mom and my dad. Well, my dad would leave for work around the same time you do,
Yeah.
around 5 in the morning. And then my mom was not getting up.
Yeah.
So my sisters had to teach me how to cook eggs because they were both like going into college and doing stuff like that. So yeah, I was 4. Well, my favorite story, my mom tells all the time. So it was Mother's Day. Those are the eggs that I cooked my mom. I was 4.
Yeah, no,
Come on, cut me a break. Probably had the same haircut though.
Probably.
And
how do you like your eggs?
Or at least a bite.
Yeah. How do you prefer your eggs? Like when you go to the restaurant?
Near death. Like brown. Like I can't handle them runny. I'm a big fan of omelets though. So that kind of throws things off because when you add cheese to eggs, you can't get it too done. Now, what about you?
Right.
How do you like your eggs?
Medium well.
Medium well.
Like over easy. Yeah,
right,
medium.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I apologize. I was talking about scrambled. When it comes to, we used to call them dip eggs. So I like them runny, like the center running, because that's what you use the toast for. You would dip the toast in the egg, and then you'd eat it that way.
Yeah. And I can't do poached. Poached is my worst egg.
Really?
I just can't.
Interesting.
I can't poach. No.
Poach aren't on my list of like I like them. Same with quiche. Like I've eaten plenty of quiche. I don't like it though.
Yeah.
Like I'm over it now. I'll eat it in a pinch, but I'd much rather have a good omelet. I'm a big fan of omelets.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite is here in Southern California? I'll let you guess this one. I'm not going to play the stump music because I know you know this answer. What do they do here in Southern California with eggs? They really don't do much anywhere else in the country.
Are you talking about chorizo?
Oh, yes. I do like that. I do indeed. No. I was actually talking about the breakfast burrito. It's huge around here.
Yes.
I mean, you can get it other places now, but it's more like a fast food chain made it from somewhere else. Meaning like if you happen to have Del Taco or Taco Bell or something, and they happen to get like crazy, they'll make a burrito. But around here, it's like everybody makes breakfast burritos. They're amazing.
I love breakfast burritos. Yep.
Now, do you have breakfast burritos like down the street from you?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
Only if I go to Sonic, but I'll make my own. Yeah.
It's funny you say that. I've heard Sonic is amazing where you live. We went to Sonic here in California. Not a huge fan. Although their garlic butter burger, really good. But
it's the same. Everybody is like, Sonic is so good. I'm like, yeah, it's the same.
Well, you're also spoiled because you have like, well, I'm not sure. We haven't had this discussion. Well, we have. In-N-Out Burger is what I would say is the thing that would put the nail in the coffin of a Sonic person kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
My favorite like fast food type burger, Five Guys.
Five Guys. Great. Yeah. And I can get a decent cheesesteak.
He's like, you could see him in the background.
Yeah. He's haunting. Yeah. He's haunting the show.
Right.
It's funny because Pixel was in here waiting for the show to start. And I was like, why are you here? And I fed him and stuff, and he hasn't come back. But he was going to make an early appearance on the show. What was I going to say? Sonic?
In-N-Out Burger?
Oh, no, I was going to say Jersey Mike's. And we're not sponsored by anybody. So if you want to sponsor us, we really love your food, whoever you are.
Yes.
Sonic, we love your food, even though we just said we didn't.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. I can be sponsored by Sonic. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, me too.
You know what's
I'll eat
big
something
here?
What's big
Dairy
there?
Queen. Dairy Queen is huge.
We've got a lot of we've got a lot of Dairy Queen ads, and there are a few Dairy Queens, not as many as I would expect based on the amount of ads. Does that make sense?
And for some reason, like, you know how Jack in the Box is like every street corner for you?
Yes.
It's like that with Arby's here.
See, I'm a fan.
Arby's is every street. I like Arby's,
So Arby's is one of the only places where I can spend $50 on appetizers. Like, get no actual food and just get like, I went in one time and I'm like, hey, what do I want to get? And I was like, I'll have that. 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 I'll have that.
Yep.
That. I got home. I'm like, holy crap, this bill was huge. And wait, I didn't buy any sandwiches at all.
No.
So their stuff's awesome.
Yeah, beef and cheddar for me. I'm classic. Like, just with the Arby's sauce, and I'm good.
See, I like their experimental sandwiches as well, because they'll make like a. I'm trying to think of the one. There was one that had like thick bacon on it and beef and cheese, and it was an onion roll. And I was like, wow, this is like heaven.
So I do go there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, those look so good. But then I'll get home, and I'll be like, I just really craving a beef and cheddar. Why did I get this?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
And it's also more expensive. Let's be honest. Yeah. You can get 3 beef and cheddars for the cost of the one other sandwich, to be quite honest.
And their fries are awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny because we just ate at a restaurant yesterday, not going to name names, and the fries had that off taste. I'm like, ugh, change that fryer grease. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, just not a fan. Let me see if this.
Ooh, we're gonna do shocking. Is that what we're gonna do?
Yes.
Awesome.
So.
I saw a movement out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, yep, you're on it. I just want to see the reaction on your face because you know what's gonna happen.
That is so good. So for everybody listening at home on the podcast, a guy releases a whole bunch of balloons, and they're going directly
into power lines.
It's going directly at power lines, like directly at power lines, and they cut away from the power lines, and they show the guy, and it's just like,
yeah. I mean, they're power lines. Stop! Don't no.
Yeah, moron. But why don't birds get fried when they're on power lines? Do you know what this is?
No.
Man, we're gonna get
sued. But it would be funny. It
would be funny. It happens in movies every now and again. The reason, if I remember correctly, is because they're not grounded. You have to have a ground source. So, fun fact or tip, I don't know what you want to call it. If you're in a car and a power line falls on you, stay
don't get out of the car.
In the car.
Stay.
Because the wheels are insulating you from dying. As soon as you jump and you touch the ground, the arc will go through your body and you're done. So that's fun fact of the week. Pro tip.
The more you know.
Yep. And get the heck out of a car that goes into water. I've learned that from movies.
100%. Like, why wouldn't you? Like,
yeah. Well, if you're being chased by bad guys, you might want to stay in the water.
I mean, but still, like, almost every movie, they like try to like open the door, and then they're like, I don't know what to do, and then they try kicking things. You're like,
yeah. Well, I love those commercials for the multi-tool. Like, it's a squeegee. It can cut your seatbelt. It can break a window. Just keep it in your car. Could you imagine you bought one of those and then for some reason you took it out and that's the day you needed it? You're like, I have that at home. Why did I leave it at home today?
Right.
Or worse, one step worse. It's in the car, but you can't reach it.
Oh, your seatbelt's stuck and it's in the glove box, and it's like far in the glove box. Oh, or you're like, why did I put that in the trunk? Why did I just decide to put that in the trunk? What?
I want it to be organized. Now I'm dead. Oh, speaking of which, not death.
Okay, go ahead.
I was going to say. Go ahead. You go first.
I do that with my ice, like thing where I like
to
scrape off the ice.
Yep.
Yeah, it's way in the back of the flex. So if I ever have to like
do something with it, yeah,
way in the back.
Oh,
but
that's
I
funny.
still managed to hide at least 4 axes in the flex.
That's good. That's very good.
I mean, you
never know
got
when you
that.
need one, especially
No.
driving down the road.
Yeah.
Throwing it out.
It makes the Halloween like Mike Myers sticker so much better if someone I got an axe right right there. Yeah. And, yeah.
Well, my
They'll really
recommendation is to get a rubber axe and then like always have the rubber axe near you and then like pull out the real axe. And then when the cops pull you over, just be like, it's a rubber axe. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like I'd pull a real axe on somebody.
I mean, but
and then they watch this show and you're done.
Yeah. Here, it would just be like, hey, I'm going axe throwing. They'll be like, oh, continue.
Nobody would even,
You're good.
Yeah, not even batting an eyelash.
Even if I had like a mask on, they would be like, yeah, you're good.
Yeah. He just wants to improve his skills. It's like wearing a blindfold. Yeah. I mean, that's it. My partner's car, we were cleaning it out today, and in the trunk, it has what looks like an old school shutter release for old school like 35 millimeter camera. I don't know if you've ever seen them before, but they look like a little plunger, like attached to a cable.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
And at first, I'm like, man, these Japanese people love taking pictures. And then I went, no. If you get stuck in the trunk, you press the button and you hop out. They were thinking ahead.
And you run and you're like, they kidnapped me. Yeah.
And then the kidnapper's brothers go, come with us. No problem. We'll protect you. See, that needs to be done in a movie. I don't think I've seen that before, where you get kidnapped, you escape, and then you get re-kidnapped by like.
So you've never
else.
Seen House of a Thousand Corpses, huh?
No, nope. I avoided that one. The name alone. I mean, come on.
It's Rob
that
Zombie.
Happens in that, I guess. Yeah. Rob Zombie's amazing, and that movie, we've talked about it before in the show. I need to watch it because it's just classic.
It's not
at this point.
It's not a scary movie. It's more disturbing.
Cool. I don't know if that's better then.
It's just disturbing, and the first time you see it, you're gonna shower afterwards. You're gonna be like, whoa!
I like that. I got it.
But there is one scene that Rob Zombie does so well. Like, he is so good at building up suspense and like torture.
I can buy into
and
that.
like like how Alfred Hitchcock, like you see the bomb underneath the table, everybody's talking, and you're like, I don't know when it's gonna go off.
Exactly.
Well, there's one scene where this guy has a gun at the back of someone's head, and it's just silent for like 3 minutes.
And you're just waiting and waiting.
You're just waiting. And then you feel like you're that dude, and you're just like,
that's awesome.
Crap.
It's funny that you brought up like a horror film, because we brought up Hostel, I don't know, 5 weeks ago or something.
Yep.
And I was flipping through and I was like, oh, I can watch Hostel. So I watched Hostel.
You can.
And I was like, okay, if you watch the first half of Hostel, like just watch the first half.
They're two different movies.
That's what I was about to say. It reminded me of like Spring Break style movies, or I'm trying to think any Cinemax film at like midnight. Any. The first 45 minutes is like, it's a horror film? Really?
Yeah.
Seems kind of like a porno.
Because it invests you. Yeah,
it does. And then the second half of the film, you're like, oh, okay. I get it. I get it.
I'm never backpacking through anywhere.
No.
If someone says you're going to backpack, I'm going to be like, no.
Nope. I love the reset in that, by the way. So, we don't need to say spoiler alert. It's over 5 years.
No.
If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Pause now. So, the guy, when he gets back to the hostel, like he escapes. He gets back to the hostel.
Yep.
And the two hot chicks walk in, and they have the exact same conversation they did at the very beginning. Like, hey, do you want to go to the hot tub? It wasn't a hot tub, but it was like a sauna or something. Right. And I was like, that is so weird. Would they have like a script? Like, this is what you're going to do. This is how you get paid.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's just classic.
Yeah.
Next. So the name of this is Nope.
Oh, you're going to, and that's what you're going to say. you're just gonna say nope. Through the whole thing, you're gonna go nope, 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 nope.
Oof. For anybody watching at home, we're in a very, 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 very tall building. And there is clouds around. It's low-flying clouds. It's probably fog. But they might be above the cloud layer.
Yeah.
And they're looking down off the corner of
his
this huge
toes
building.
are hanging off this
Off
thing.
the edge. Yep.
No.
Death by selfie.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. Nope. Nope. Nope. Now, what's interesting, I'll be honest, I've done that before in VR. Have you, by any chance?
No.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Like, a lot of the original VR demos were really tall buildings for no apparent reason. Like, like 5 of them when we first got the Oculus set up was just walking around rooftops and on the edges of stuff. So I put my partner in the glasses and we warned her. And she almost threw the glasses. Like because she does not like heights. And so she put them on and she looked for about 2 seconds and then took them right off. Like immediately. Because it is that realistic. You like look down and you're like, I'm going to die. Like, why am I, what am I in my living room? Better be in my living room.
So if you want an experience, Resident Evil 7, it's called like
7.
Bio something, but it is a horror movie.
Yeah.
And you're trapped in that horror movie. Creepy redneck people that are going to kill you and you can't get out of the house.
Now, is it a classic gun game or is it more of a modern gun game? And what I mean by that is, go ahead.
It's survival. You have, I don't even think you get a gun. It is, you have to find your way out. And
no.
You like things like the house is haunted too. So you're not,
talk about a double
and these
whammy.
people, it's like if you ever seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you're in that house and you're tied up to a chair and they're eating people in front of you.
No.
And
I don't think I
for
could deal
some
with it.
reason, everybody's left the room and you're able to escape and the game starts.
No, thank you.
And
no, thank you.
In VR,
oh, I can imagine.
Like,
yes.
I'm
scared
like,
out of your brain.
No, I'm hearing things and I'm like, I just, no.
I'd be
I'm
like
done.
this the whole game. That'd be me.
Yeah,
the whole game.
I couldn't do it. I could not do it. That's one of the games
I'd be walking backwards everywhere. You're not sneaking up on me.
Right. And I played that game outside of VR, but VR just makes things so much like real. Like it's really freaking happening to you. And
I agree 1000%. It's like a whole different game almost.
Yes.
You see, I'm a huge fan of the virtual cop games. Basically, I think they call them shooter on rails, where you just shoot stuff. So a lot of the early Resident Evil games were basically like that. I mean, there wasn't much to it besides shooting stuff.
Yeah, this was the only one that I think 8 is coming out soon. 8 goes back to different characters. Like you're not even anywhere in that old script. This is just standalone.
See, I love gun games. I don't love guns, but I love gun games. So I had a Wii, and that was funny. I only bought a Wii to play gun games. And when the Wii first came out, Nintendo was banning guns, meaning you couldn't buy the plastic piece to put the Wii controller in. They wouldn't sell it, and they banned them. And so I had to wait like 6, 8, 10 months to get the stupid piece of plastic that turns the Wii remote into like a shootable thing. And I've been wondering, go ahead.
I was going to say their most iconic game is like Duck Hunt. You got a gun.
Yes. But I think that was a learning lesson. I think that's why they don't do that now. I've not seen any Nintendo games that are straight up shooters from Nintendo. Third-party games, and sometimes they're not allowed to release them, or they have to modify them in a lot of different countries.
I think there was like a Call of Duty for Wii.
It was crap, though, if I remember correctly.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Because Wii wasn't powerful enough to do like Call of Duty.
For me, I'm the gamer that just sits and has a controller in their hand. If I have to get up and you're making me exercise.
So Beat Saber, right out. No Beat
Yeah,
Saber.
I
ever.
literally, this is how I played the Wii. Bowling.
No Dance Dance?
Basketball.
No Dance Dance Revolution?
No.
Speaking of that, I actually like threw my elbow out when we were playing tennis when we first got Wii. Like within like, I don't know, it was 2 or 3 days. And I'm like, oh, I got tennis elbow. Literally from playing stupid Wii. But I love that tennis game. What was I going to tell you? Oh, the one thing that I'm shocked that hasn't come out as a product yet is for VR, because I've seen something like it, but legit Smith & Wesson VR gun. It's a real fake gun. Like they make it exactly like a Smith & Wesson or a Glock or anything.
Right.
Same weight, same everything. Fake bullets, or a way to weight and counterweight it so that as the bullets would be going away, you could actually feel the difference. Why hasn't that come out? Because I know I have seen like military style gun for VR. But man, was that expensive. It wasn't, and it was cheap fakey looky. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a real gun. They just made
it looked like a Nerf gun. Yeah.
Say again? Yeah, it was like a Nerf gun.
Nerf. Yeah.
But it was like $300. And I was like, no. But that would be interesting. And I know a lot of VR gets used for training of the military and stuff. Like, that's one of the things at the... Have you ever been to the mall? Well, does a mall even exist? But anyway, you walk by the recruiter station, and it's like an Xbox, a PlayStation, and they're all battle games. They're like, hey, kids, come on in. Are you old enough to vote?
Yeah.
Good, because we can go get you in the military.
Right? You like these modern warfare games, so you do that in person. And then when they realize, oh my gosh, you're making me run and you're yelling at me, my parents don't even do this.
Yeah, basic. I don't think I could get through basic, to be quite honest.
I could not. No, I could not deal with that. No.
Well, what's interesting, I got lucky or unlucky, depending on how you look at it. So all men in the United States, when they turn 18, need to do selective service cards. For anybody that doesn't know that, you have like, it's a ridiculously short amount of time. I think you have like 2 weeks, might be 2 months from the date that you turn 18 to fill out the paperwork. And this allows them to know who's available to draft if they decide to do the draft again. Well, as soon as you fill that paperwork out, you start getting calls. Did that happen to you?
Yeah. Nope.
Oh, okay. So as soon as I filled it out, I started getting calls like Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. I'm not sure exactly, but this was my favorite. This is even better than punking the, what are they called? Robocallers. It's better than that.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's a lot of fun. So, Army guy. Hey, Mr. Shumaker, which it happens to be not my name. We want you. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. I go for back surgery on Tuesday. I'd love to join after that. Click every time. Click. I didn't even get back surgery out of my mouth. Click. They want nothing to do with me at all. I'm sure if there was a draft, they would have been like, your surgery wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
But they don't want the liability at all. You ready for the next one? I like the name, by the way.
This is Barf.
Yes.
You. And you're going to see why.
Okay, we're watching a guy who's flexing his arm, and he's got veins that you're not supposed to have. I'm just going to leave it on the screen for effect for a couple more seconds.
Yeah.
Ew.
So,
ew.
The reason why I brought this up,
ew,
like, not only would I throw up at the table that they're at if he did that, but what female or male or any gender is going to look at that and go, that is so sexy. You have a vein that's like an inch across, like in width. Like,
you got 45 veins. that
you're
are bulging.
Oh my gosh.
No.
And next
Not hot.
question was,
Yes.
why was it just his left hand?
Oh, that's too funny. Oof. Oof. Lefty loosey. Righty tighty. Anyway. Oh, man. Oh.
It's so gross.
I'm not a fan of the bodybuilding. Like, I've never
gosh.
been. Like, well, clearly.
But what sucks about TikTok is I watched that whole freaking video.
Yeah.
Because I put it up here. My next 17 videos.
Of course.
Oh.
Yes. Okay, so for anybody that doesn't watch TikTok, why would you be watching our show? But here's the way it works. If you like knitting, every TikTok is knitting. If you like anything, every TikTok is whatever you like.
Yep.
And so you must have just watched it too many times. Or you didn't. Did you like it so you could save it for later?
I didn't.
Is
like
that how you did it?
No, but I copied the link. So I figured out if you start copying links, you're sending it to people, and they're like, "Ooh, you like this?"
Exactly.
I'm like, "No."
You might as well. Actually, I think it's worse than liking it. Like,
I'm sure it is.
So there's 3 things you can do. You can like, you can favorite, and you can share. So I think share has the highest of the 3 in the algorithm.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't have handled it. I'm waiting for next week where it's a leg, and the week after it's an earlobe.
Well, yeah.
Still PB and GB. What?
Yep.
The
hell.
Yep. You did it. That looks so fake. So fake. So fake.
Like,
is that real?
It's real.
Yeah, but look at his gut.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're watching, everybody, I'm going to turn the sound down so that we don't get. So it's a guy sitting on a bed, and he's just doing a dance, but his arms are bigger than 2 legs, and his chest is like three legs across.
Like,
I mean,
he
it's
gave
just
himself
big.
double D boobs of muscle.
Yes. But you see, I'm not buying it because his legs are not. He's got no legs. He's got no midsection. He's got no stomach. I think this is made up. I'm not buying it. Do you buy it? Oh no, I think the professor is froze. He's back. He's back.
I'm back. Okay, cool.
So, do you think this is real? I don't think it's real.
So
Period.
I went into the comments, and they said he's injecting the steroids into the muscle that he wants to make bigger.
No.
And I was just like, no, I'm not doing it. No, I don't care. Like,
I don't even want to.
I
watch
would
it.
rather. And then like that reminds me of wrestlers, but I'm like, they don't look like that. Like,
no, I mean, almost all bodybuilders are
like The Rock.
Yes, great example. They're proportional. If your arm is big, your midsection is tight. Your abs are big. Well, not big, but your abs are muscles. Your legs are tight. Your legs are big. You know what I mean? It's not like you're big up top and you're small on the bottom. They try to make it consistent, Mr. Atlas style. And The Rock is a great example. That guy is just like chiseled.
Yeah,
but
and
the guy we just watched, that does not look real to me. It just
Yeah, all of his TikToks is just like that. And then he's from like India or something. So I don't know how safe any of that is.
He could be doing silicone too. Like, I don't know if you've seen this, but they do this for butts.
I've seen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-mm.
But that's a lot of silicone. Like,
it is. And it will kill you, like, straight up. Because from what I've heard, one of the major malfunctions is people think that you can go to the auto store and use silicone from there. Like, I'm not joking. Like, in these chop shops that do stuff like that. No.
Mhm.
And oh no is our next one.
Yep.
Oh no. Gotta get the sound.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. Like literally.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, for everybody at home, turn the sound off. For everybody at home, Benihana's, they let the girl light the food on fire, and she lights herself on fire. Say again?
Make it steam, but she put way too much of whatever that stuff is, that sauce and she singed off like all of her eyebrows. Like
really?
She doesn't.
She got away pretty unscathed, if you ask me. Her hair's still there.
Right.
But you're right. Her eyebrows are gone.
Well, and she's just laughing about it. And
that's the best. That's the best way to handle that kind of stupid. Like if you make that kind of mistake, play it off. Just play it off. Like you meant to do it.
Right. That's like you never light a barbecue with like matches or something like that and have the lid closed for a couple minutes and then go light it.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it's funny because I've seen this hundreds of times. And it's because I'm part of a flow community and they do fire all the time. So I've seen so many different things similar to that. My personal favorite is when somebody doesn't have a safety and they just run out and start doing stuff and they catch stuff on fire. Okay, so for people that don't know what I'm talking about, flow arts includes things like poi, staff, contact juggling. I consider a flow art. And most people graduate to fire. And when I say graduate, I mean like first day. They're like, I want to light stuff on fire. So they just learned poi, which is basically a ball on the end of a string. So they just learned how to flip that around and then they light it on fire and do the same thing. Very dangerous if you're not skilled. It's a skill toy. Invariably, you get a noob who's like, oh, I'm going to go do some fire. They do it by themselves. They put way too much fuel on. They don't shake the fuel off or pre-treat the fuel, and then they go light it on fire. So what ends up happening is they light it, nobody's around. Well, I mean, people are around, but like not paying attention.
Right.
They don't have a safety, somebody with a blanket, fire blanket, and an extinguisher, and they start whipping the poi. Okay. If you don't shake the poi off, it looks exactly like one of those fireworks that spins.
Oh, yeah.
Where it shoots stuff in every direction. So now you're shooting flammable stuff onto dry grass, onto tents. Speaking of which, nylon tents and fire do not mix. Ever.
No.
Ever.
No.
And invariably, people are like, what are you doing, you moron? And that's what that reminded me of. The other thing, too, is, what was that guy thinking? Oh, here, go do it yourself. He wasn't even watching. Like, did she do it when he wasn't
busy.
watching or something?
I think so. Yeah.
You think
we
that
can
she
watch
just
it
snuck
again?
up?
I don't care.
Yeah, let's watch it again. But I don't think she snuck up. I really don't. I don't. But let's watch
it was
this again.
probably like her birthday or something like that, and they're like, "You get to do this." And yeah,
but nobody's even paying attention at all.
No. And I don't know when the last time you actually went on to TikTok, but that's a new trend. That song where they do like, "Oh no," and then they pause it, they zoom in on like the accidents that's going to happen. Yeah.
Oof.
Mostly it's
been
people
weeks.
falling.
It's been weeks for me. So I was going to tell you, my plan is to get back on in the next few days. So if you're watching this, I've probably been on for a while. But it's hard because TikTok is like crack. Like you do one TikTok, then you want to do 2, and then you want to do 5, and then you want to do... Oh, by the way, I haven't done a lot of crack in my life. I'm just saying, from the crack addicts that I've seen...
I didn't think you did, but I understand.
Heroin in my eye. Just kidding. That's a... Oof.
They're like Pringles once you pop.
Yes.
You can't stop. Yeah.
You can't just, just do one.
Yeah.
And so there might be days well, there were days in the past, 10, 15. And my phone being my phone, I had to do them in real time. So it's not like if you decided to put out 10 TikToks tomorrow, you probably could, couldn't you? Because you have about 10 in your drafts,
100%.
right? Yeah.
Actually, no, I don't.
Nope.
I
did.
got to the
Not
point
anymore.
where I'm just like, I just do whatever. I don't
No,
even.
I get that. No,
I'm
no, I
gonna
totally
film
get
it and
Yep.
put it up.
Yeah, that's where I
haven't-
got to. Basically, I only do real time, but it was a combination. Like I kind of got sick of having drafts because you couldn't be spontaneous. So like if you saw something
Right.
fresh and new and you made a TikTok, didn't get released for a week. And
Nah,
that
not
wasn't
me.
cool.
Yeah.
But it was funny because when I was watching DZ, I Dream of DZ or Blending for XP.
Yep.
I forget her exact name, but anyway, they deleted a lot of audio. We talked about this 3 or 4 weeks ago. She was like, "Oh man, out of my 1,200 drafts, 200 or 300 don't have audio anymore."
How does her phone have that much?
I don't know.
Like
that's what I was
at
saying.
like 30, my phone can't handle anything more. Like
My feeling is she has an iPhone with max memory, like 256 gigs. It's the only thing I could figure. Only thing I could figure. And could you imagine if somehow the app got deleted? Because anybody that doesn't have TikTok, there's a huge warning. If you delete your TikTok app, if you delete your TikTok app, all your drafts go. Gone.
Yeah.
Oof. I would be emotional.
Yeah.
To say the least.
And I haven't like plowed through like a normal TikTok night since we did the Night of the Living Dead, where I was in makeup. And I was like,
yes,
cool. I did, I think 5 of them. And I'm like,
Mhm.
I'm worn out. Like I'm done.
No, I get
Like,
that. For
that's it.
me, especially with my current setup, or I guess I've had about 4 setups, and around setup 2, it always took me 20, 25 minutes to get the lighting the way I wanted. Like, and the camera angle. Like now, I could probably do it in 10. But back in the day, it'd be like, okay, that light's going there, that light's going there. And then I use, and I've been using them for a while, I use the Bendy Flexi tilt arm. So it's completely inconsistent, like never the same shot twice.
Mhm.
So it would take me 5 minutes, 10 minutes to get the shot I wanted. I'd get it the way I want. And then I would do like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I would call them a series because I would use the same song. I'd use the same prop. I'd use the same everything. And I would just do them over and over and over again. And then I'd never release them. Well, no. Once in a while, I would release them all as a series. But normally, I would do 2 or 3 setups. And then I could release 1, 2, 3, a different TikTok, another different TikTok, and then rotate again. And it seemed like, holy mackerel, this guy is like making tons of stuff. When in reality, spent what, maybe 2 hours, maybe 3 hours?
Yep. I always like the comments for me, like, wow, you really like that shirt. And I'm like, I made 40 of these videos, dude.
Right.
Like, stop.
Right. I totally am on the same page. And the other thing that I used to do too was I would swap out shirts like every so many TikToks. So it didn't have that effect. But I started to notice that was pointless anyway. You know what I mean? And so, and I'm a numbers person, meaning I do 1s, I do 3s, 5s, and 7s. Every once in a while, I'll do an 11. And when I say 11, I'll do 11 TikToks in the same outfit, same lighting, same prop, same everything.
Yep.
And then once in a while, I'll do 2. But for 2, I always do what I call verses. So it'll be like one prop versus another prop, or one thing versus another thing. But I'm very like, I guess, superstitious. I don't know. Oh, I had to show you something, by the way. I'm going to be doing a TikTok with it soon. Maybe you can give me some ideas. But Dun dun dun.
Oh,
isn't that crazy?
Did the new SpongeBob movie come out? Because
it might have.
It was said to, and then
I
COVID
actually
happened.
liked the live action-ish SpongeBob movie. I was like, wow, you guys did a pretty good job.
I'm a fan of SpongeBob. I don't care how stupid it gets. I love it.
See, I like SpongeBob, but I was from the Ren and Stimpy years.
Yes.
Like the original,
100%.
like before they got re-released. So I like them more. And most of the stuff I watched when I was a kid, like, it's not even considered entertainment anymore, really. Like Sesame Street.
No.
Like people don't even watch it anymore.
My son irritated me the other day because he was like, Dad, stop showing me old movies. And I'm like,
what? Never.
Movies
won't happen.
He's like, yeah, movies that you like as a kid are old. I'm like,
yeah,
I understand.
Well, but they're still awesome.
But I'm like, you don't look at them as being old. You now get a chance to look at them as like they're in their own world. When I saw them, they were like the same time period. But you get to put yourself in like a different world now. Like people don't have phones. They have cell phones. People don't have like tube TVs. They have flat TVs that they can pick up with their pinky. Like, it's
so true. And it's funny too, because I watch a lot of movies, but when I watch an older movie, in my head, I go, how would this be different today? And every movie is so different because
like
everybody
ET
has a cell
would be
phone.
so different.
Yes.
Like,
I agree.
my God.
Totally.
You almost couldn't even make it because
a lot of premises go out the window because of, okay, what I've noticed a lot with the industry recently is they're playing dumb. Like if you watch a TV show, any TV show, nobody has a cell phone. Nobody. Like they're not like normal people.
Right.
They're basically making these shows as though cell phones don't exist. There's very, very, very few shows that actually are
like
realistic as far as that goes.
The Avengers had freaking flip phones, like old flip phones.
Right.
Like you're Tony Stark. Like you have that shit in your helmet. Like, why do you carry around a flip phone? Yeah.
I agree. Are you a drug salesman? Are you selling drugs on the corner? And you just
I'm surprised he didn't have a pager. Yeah. Oh wait, they did have a pager.
They did.
My God. Yeah.
But some of that stuff is flashbacks too. So, but I agree completely. Still. But I was watching the Bourne stuff, which is from the 2000s, like 2002 to 2009.
I didn't like the newer one that came out that didn't have
most recent one. Yeah.
What's his name in it? Yeah.
Are you talking about
because there was one that
there's a TV show right now.
No, there was a movie
did a good job on.
that didn't have God, why am I blanking on his name? He's a good actor.
Yeah, it's Goodwill.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not Matt Damon.
No. Yeah, it is. It's Matt Damon.
It's Matt Damon.
It's not Ben. It's not Ben Affleck.
It's Matt.
It's Matt Damon.
So
you got it right. So
the one that did not have Matt Damon in it, that was like
the same.
Yeah, I didn't.
No, I agree. It's sort of like when Doctor Who switches or when Bond changes. I understand it's going to happen, but it takes a while for me to wear that shoe in. You know what I mean? It's not like immediate.
100%.
I wanted to tell you, but I've noticed that with television and movies, they want to ignore the reality of what people have in their pocket. Like, I'm starting to get flummoxed by it. It's becoming annoying that you're not realistic in any way.
You know who doesn't do that?
No, who doesn't do that?
Liam Neeson, because he has a certain set of skills, and he'll tell you on the phone. Yeah, he'll be like, "You have my daughter." Like,
so funny. It's funny that you should mention that because I was watching regular TV, flipping through for some reason, and Wick was on. I think it was Wick 1, and I was like, "Yes, love Wick. I own all of them." Yeah, I think I even have the digital codes, so I could watch it anytime I want.
Yeah,
but
I get
it's
it.
on live TV, so I'll just keep it on. I watched more commercials than I watched Wick. Like, literally. I was so furious. I was like, oh, I want to see the next scene. Boom, commercial. Got through the commercials. Okay, cool. I want to see this next scene. Like, I watched the scene that I wanted to see, and then it gets to the scene that I want to see next, commercials. And this isn't like 15, 20 minutes. It's like 4, 5, 6 minutes of movie, 3, 4 minutes of commercials. It's like, no.
But you know what's weird? The movie's the same time length. So they cut out some. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. I agree. So if the movie's an hour and 20, which isn't realistic, but if the movie's an hour and 20, it's still an hour and 20 on television. Yeah. With all the commercials. And what's the caption? Do you know what the caption at the beginning is? I love the caption.
No,
movie edited for content, time, squeezed to fit on your screen, and any other way we decided to screw with it to make not the movie that you're wanting to watch.
Yeah.
That's the warning at the beginning. Always drives me crazy.
I would love for them to do that and like go to commercial like right when like a cool line was gonna happen. Like if it's Predator and Arnold's like has the guy and he's like stick and then commercial.
Then commercial. It's funny because if you watch streaming shows, IMDb. I was watching Hunger Games. Okay. I own 2 of the Hunger Games, but I don't own all of them. So I was like, you know what? This one I don't watch that much, but I want to see it. And I put it on IMDb I think I watched it on Prime, but they have commercials. Like you can watch the movie, but it has commercials. It did exactly what you just said. Like literally like, I'm going to chop the kid. Commercial. Like what?
You know, YouTube does that too. Like at the point where
they're really bad about that.
Oh, I'm
really
like,
bad.
They're like, and we're about ready to open it with and you're like,
now the good thing, I have to admit though, the good thing with YouTube is they pre-roll back about a second or two. So it's not like you jump back in the same spot, which, so annoying. I'm glad that they roll it back though, so you can see.
Yeah.
That
I'm
is
waiting
too
for
funny.
us to do that because they wouldn't know what to do.
No.
Yeah.
We have 2-hour mega marathon shows. They probably don't even want us on their platform. They're like, these guys talk for too much, too long. Stop.
We're going to cut it down for content. And then they're like, there is no content.
There is nothing. They're just babbling. TLDR, TLDW. Too long, didn't watch. Can we just have the synopsis? Oh, so funny. Now, you know what was horrible, but funny, but sad? You got completely made up for Night of the Living Dead with color makeup. And then at the last minute, I go, hey, we're going to do the show in black and white. I felt horrible. I felt so bad. But it looked good. TikTok. Like I watched it. I was like, oh, it looks good. And Karen couldn't stay in Karen. Like she was out of Karen in like 5 minutes. She's like, I can't handle this. And I get it. I mean, she's been doing that, or she had been doing that for weeks, like getting made up and stuff. Oh, by the way, anybody that didn't watch that show, go watch it. Like, subscribe. And that was Rex, who was nice enough to stop by. So next week, we got a special guest, huh?
We do.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Cool. You got to tune in. I'm not going to say who it is.
Yeah, we're not, no.
But it's not going to be a girl unless they dress up. That would be hilarious.
I don't think he would. Yeah, that would be.
I don't think he would either. You know what? He's a good sport. He probably would. But I'm not going to ask him to.
You know,
he'll be our first guest that's not a woman.
He might actually give some like secrets to like how he makes his TikToks.
I can only hope. That guy is I know for a fact. Okay. I can do what he does once in a while. Like there's a certain thing that he does. I know how to explain it. Okay.
Like I know exactly what he's doing, but he's so good at lining up his shots.
Yes.
And making
it's all handheld.
Flow.
Well, a lot of them are handheld.
Yeah. Yeah.
The thing is, though, once you get used to that technique, it's not as complicated as it seems, and it's almost real time. Because that's one of the problems with TikToks, that the kind that he makes could spend hours. Easy. Just making one.
That's why I haven't done
3 of them in a day.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. My personal favorite are the quad duets or the multi-person where he's all the people.
Yeah.
I don't even know how he keeps that straight.
Crap out before. Yeah.
How does he even keep that straight? Like, does he get diagrams out? Like, okay, on the first one, I'll be doing this, and the second one, I'll be doing that. And you guys got to tune in next week because, like I said, amazing guest. We're going to show a bunch of his stuff.
That,
yes.
He started out being funny, like really funny.
I don't think I saw any of his early stuff. I saw him when he started doing what I call inspirational voiceovers.
Okay.
And the stuff we're talking about now, which I don't really want to even give it away. You can kind of figure out what takes an hour to make on TikTok. But I don't want to give it away because people might figure out who it is.
Yep. But yeah, he started out just doing funny stuff, and it was great.
Awesome.
That's when I found him.
I'm going to have to scroll back. Yeah, I'll have to go back to some of his older stuff. Because like I said, well, you know what, though? I might have seen his comedy because he does a bunch of slapstick, which I'm not a huge fan of. I mean, I like it, but I try to get away from the Larry Moe and Curly violence just because I'm just trying to get away from that.
I get it.
And with your son, going back to a topic 2 or 3 ago with movies, you got to tell him about this. So Phil, a friend of mine from Philly, and Phil hates when I say he's from Philly because anybody that's not living in Philadelphia is not from Philly. I don't know how to explain it, but Parksburg Phil, there you go. He'll like that. He started a movie club, and what it was every month we would have a new year. And that year, you would watch all of the movies that you needed to watch from the 100 movies before you die list, or 1,000 movies. That's what it was, 1,000 movies. So they would do like standard D&D dice roll, and then you would watch all the films from like 1940, as an example. That's awesome, I will tell you, I was blown away by some of those early movies.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I just could not believe it. I think one of them was called The Couch. And it's really, really well done. And the funny thing is, too, a lot of the stuff they did, like the 1940s, some of the shots, I was like, how did they even get that shot? They don't have computers. They don't have anything fancy. Right. I mean, this one shot, I remember, spoiler alert for a 1940s film.
My God.
They started it was like a New York City skyline, and they started it from like a mile away, and then they just kept zooming. All the way up, all the way through, and into the window. And I was just like, and a lot of early films, you can see the jankiness, like where they painted or they did something special effects for the 40s. Yeah. Right. Not this one. I couldn't figure it out. And I did some additional research, and the couch is in my head, but I don't know if that's the right name for the movie. I might have to bring it up next week, but I did research on the movie, and that was the very first time they had ever done a shot like that, where they went in through a window.
Yeah.
And it was some big, huge, giant mega rig that they had to use to do it. But yeah, it blew me away. It's funny because kids today are jaded because you can fake anything between Photoshop, After Effects, and the 15 other programs that exist. Oh, well, speaking of which, Apple just came out with a new microchip, which old news now, because anybody that's watching this was probably a month ago. The M1 chip, they're touting it. And then DaVinci Resolve 17 just came out. And if you don't know what DaVinci Resolve is, DaVinci Resolve was purchased by a company called Blackmagic Design about 5-6 years ago. Now, before they were purchased, They were the de facto standard for all color grading in LA. Like if you were going to color grade a film and make it look a certain way, is the only thing you used, period. And a suite to do that would cost between $100,000 and $200,000 to build a suite. And so Blackmagic bought them. You can get it for free now. DaVinci 17, Resolve 17. It's free. And it's an editor, compositor, special effects, and color grading, which is amazing. It's amazing at it. But the problem is, it's like buying a dictionary. It's got so much stuff. Just fucking all day. And what am I going to do? And you do have to have a powerful computer. You couldn't buy like, hey, I got the $299 Chromebook. It wouldn't work.
Yep.
Nope.
No, my Dell with an Intel Core would not.
Yeah. No. Although I have to admit, you could take that Dell and add a decent graphics card, and you'd be fine. Speaking of graphics cards, did you hear about the 3090? Now that we're at the end of the show. So NVIDIA, which is one of the two major graphics card companies out there, AMD being the other, but most content creators use NVIDIA. There's a variety of reasons I'm not going to get into. But the 3090 just came out. Everybody is returning it. Everybody is talking about how it's a big pile of crap. I guess they made some major mistake with capacitors or something, and it's like not working properly. So the good thing, though, is somebody said that the 3070 is solid, and the 3070 is cheaper, faster, and better than the top of the line of the last generation, which was like the 2080 something. The numbers are crazy. But the reason I brought it up, you can take a older PC. Like I wouldn't go back 10 years, but you could probably go back 4 or 5, get it pretty cheap, and put a good graphics card in it, and DaVinci Resolve will just fly. Like it'll work great. Cool. And the pro tip of the day when it comes to computers, M.2, period. NVMe. I've been explaining this to people for 3, 4, 5 years. When I was younger and I used to do video editing, you'd have to buy 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hard drives, and you'd have to link them together so they'd be one hard drive so that you could get the speed just to edit a video.
Yeah.
You can buy a single, I don't think I have one nearby, but it's the size of a piece of gum. One.
Oh.
You can buy one of them, size of a piece of a gum, and you can buy a card to add to your PC for like $25, $30. And it is faster than anything I've ever used before, ever. Period.
That's cool.
And they're cheap, like comparatively. Like if you did what I was talking about, which is a RAID, super expensive. You have to buy a card. You have to buy all the drives. This, you buy one. Costs about $100, $150 for an entry level one, $300 for an expensive one. And then you buy an add-in card and you're off to the races.
That's cool.
So what else is happening in your world before we head on out?
I don't know.
That explains it. Sums it up.
Yeah. Work.
I think it's that
That's
time.
That's about it.
Work. Yeah. No, I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit the button.
Yeah. Hit the button.
It's that time, everybody. Yes. So remember to like, subscribe. My name is Tick.
I'm the professor. If you don't like this show, smash that thumbs down twice. Just do it. Do it for fun.
And I'm going to press the button now.
Do it. Press the button.
Bye, everybody.
Press it. Bye. Bye.
Oh my God, wasn't that a long show? Please like and subscribe. And for those of you listening on the podcast, thank you. Until next time, this has been another episode of the TP Show.
Ciao. Stopping recordings.